Hello and welcome to Fourth Umpire. India won the first T20 by 11 runs in Canberra. Now they move to the Sydney Cricket Ground, the historic SCG, where they registered the Test Series win in 2018. Now is the time for them to win the 2020 series in 2020. What a year this has been for us. This is Fourth Umpire. We'll be talking about the second T20 today with my co-host Neeti Rawat. Ajay, we'll talk about the second T20. We talked about the momentum that win generates from Canberra to Sydney. Sydney was not a happy hunting ground for India in the ODIs, but in T20s, they have won quite a few matches there. They've played 6 matches, won 3 on the SCG. Bodes well for a series win today.
That's a good record for Indian team because one day mein utna acha record nahi raha.
Well, we're talking about the second T20. We'll continue our build-up towards the pitch report and the toss, but first, a short break. The second Indian team is playing the Australia A team in the first class match, preparing for the Test series. We're talking to Ajay Ratra and Chandrasekhar Luthra. Ajay, this is a weird situation, but because of the pandemic, this has to happen. But it is good to see that the Indian team management has not taken anybody out from the T20 squad to go for the practice. I mean, there was a chance, Mayank Agarwal, Bumrah, even KL Rahul or Shami, any of them could have gone there. But there's a series to win today. So good to see that.
Yeah, definitely yes, Chetan. If you see, this is an international series and that is, you can say, first class match.
First, we talk about the injury-ravaged situation. Aaron Finch is not playing, David Warner is not playing, Mitchell Starc has pulled out, Manish Pandey is not playing today, and Ravindra Jadeja is ruled out. So this series, it's almost B-string sides playing for both teams.
I think both teams are also cautious.
Ajay, both teams playing with 2 spinners. We have seen in the ODIs in Sydney that the ball was stopping a bit, especially in the second innings. Adam Zampa got a lot of purchase. What do you think would be an ideal target for India to chase? 160 was very tough in Canberra.
Yeah, Sydney में हमने देखा बहुत high scoring matches रहे थे one day series.
From the big guy, 42 of 22 balls. Those 2 sixes in that last over, taking India to a 2-0 win over Australia in this 3-match series. India wrap up and take an unassailable lead in this series, and it's a repeat of 2016 when they won the T20 series on Australian soil, and we couldn't be happier about it. Hello and welcome to our show, Hero of the 2020. I am ChetanNarula and my co-host Neeti Rawat. Neeti, those 2 blitzkrieg sixes in that last over. Wow. And Ajay, here we have to talk about the Indian top order. We had just mentioned that, but it all got lost with Hardik Pandya's magnificent innings today. But talking about the top order, half century from Shikhar Dhawan, good start from Rahul. Didn't have the pacey start that Australia had, but they recovered after the second over. And then Virat Kohli giving that platform 40 of 20 of 24 odd balls. So the top order, once again, it's a formula for Indian cricket. The top order doing well and that momentum shifting to middle order. So that top order coming good for India again in a tough chase.
Yes, definitely yes. Or if you see the top order also.
Well, we'll head over to Sydney now, where we are ready for the post-match presentation. What Hardik said, and Matthew Wade also agreed with him, that Australia were a few runs short, and that was thanks to one bowler's effort, that was T. Natarajan. Ajay, batsman's game, no surprises, the Hardik Pandya was man of the match, but it was T. Natarajan who pulled that score back for Australia.
जी हमको अगर हम कहें कि 200 से नीचे जो रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया थैंक्स टू टी नटराजन.
Ajay, very quickly, how do you see India taking the momentum forward in the third T20 and then on to the Test series?
Definitely India would like to win.
It was our show, Hero of the 2020. It's time to wrap up the day. As I mentioned, as we have been talking about, Neeti, India have taken a 2-0 lead in this 3-match series, and they will be having an attempt to wrap it all up, as do we. We would like to thank our experts for joining us today. Former Indian cricketer Ajay Ratra, thank you.
My pleasure.
As also thanks to Chandrasekhar Luthra, senior sports journalist, for joining us today.
Always a pleasure.
And also thanks to Neeti Rawat, who's very happy going home knowing that India has taken a 2-0 lead in the series. I'm also happy. I hope you're also happy. Thanks for joining us on this broadcast. We hope you can join us once again on December 8 for the 30-20 from Sydney Cricket Ground. It will be on All India Radio, Prasar Bharati and DD Sports once again. Till then, goodbye and take care. 83 for 3 in the morning session, and India, again, as Madan Lal said, India winning both sessions today. 89 for 5 Australia in the second session, and obviously getting bowled out. Raj, the one standout factor for Australia, Steve Smith getting back to form. There was never any doubt that he would score big runs eventually, but this century came after a long gap for him, and his battle with Ashwin was the highlight of this series so far. Today he came out on top.
I think well-deserved 100 for him, no doubt about that, Chetan. Played well.
But not out.
Hello and welcome to Man of the Match. I'm Megha. Joining me as my co-anchor is ChetanNarula, who's right now beaming with excitement.
Beaming with excitement, nervous energy really. The series is still 1-1 after 3 test matches. India needed to bat for 97 overs and, needed to bat is a big stretch. They needed to battle for 97 overs. That is what test cricket is all about, battle, the need to battle. And in the lunch session and in the tea session, we had discussed about all 4 results possible, the way they've batted. Now it was only about 2 results, an Australian win or an Indian draw. And of course, to talk all about this and the Indian fight back, we have our experts with us, former Indian cricketer Surendra Khanna and senior sports journalist Chandrasekhar Luthra. Let's take a look at how the match summary progressed. Australia, well, they scored 338 thanks to Stephen Smith's 131, Manas Labuschagne 91 in the first innings. Ravindra Jadeja standing out with 4 for 62. India in the first innings bowled out for 244. Shubman Gill with half century. Cheteshwar Pujara with a half century. Pat Cummins once again shining with 4 for 29. And in the second innings, and we're looking at the second innings now, Australia 312 for 6 declared Stephen Smith once again a century and a half century for the 10th time in the match. 81 for him. Cameron Green with a very quick fire 84. And then the Australian declaration came, setting a target of 407 for India. Cheteshwar Pujara 77, Rishabh Pant 97. They set up the day 5 for India.